We got some lens flare going. Hey, hello. We're
Hello.
doing a vlog. Well, vlog also podcast because we're going to be eating a lot of food today.
This is like the old one we did.
Yeah, the punathon, right?
The punathon,
Oh my
yeah.
god. All right, we're going to be, I don't know if we're going to be doing that. Anyways, so I'm fully vaccinated. She got her first vaccination, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're halfway to go.
I'm almost done.
You're almost done. I think this was a personal, like, we both made the decision, like, we kind of want to do it, you know, like,
Yeah.
I'm fully vaccinated, I'll be fine. You have your very strict, like, COVID circle, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, like, we made the decision for ourselves that we'll do this, and then, and it's also her birthday. We want to celebrate. So, in person.
I'm old.
Yes, she's old. I'm just kidding. No, you're young.
You know, I almost got the vaccine on my birthday.
Did you really?
Because there was a event going on, and it was on April 26th, and I almost did it on my birthday.
Oh, okay, but you didn't though.
No, I
failed. You got it a few days earlier, which means you'll get the second one a few days faster.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so our first place we're going is Rose City Pizza, and this is going to be a whole day. I hope we get to do it when there's still sun out. So we'll get our food first.
We'll be back.
Hey, Kalani.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, our first stop is not ideal. We have to wait 40 minutes for a pizza. But then again, it is a Saturday.
It is a Saturday.
It is a Saturday. All right, so we're in the Target.
We'll come back one day after 40 minutes.
I think what we're gonna do is just like our first vlog together. We'll probably find a way to make puns. All right, we'll see you in the minute. We're gonna move our seat.
I think that's all I can go.
That's all I can go. Okay, hey, we got it. We finally got our pizza. We're finished with Target.
Finally got it.
So, box looks like this.
You had to do an unboxing.
Yeah. So this one, I got the Manila Sunrise.
Oh, it's cute. It's so pink.
I just realized something. I forgot to bring trash bags.
Oh, we're screwed.
Maybe
I should have bought bags at Target.
So this one's from the Manila Sunrise. There's like pickled vegetables, sausage, and like a spicy mayo. And then what you get?
I have the meaty.
You have the meaty. And so we're gonna try to finish these pizzas as we kind of talk.
Yeah, catch up on stuff.
Catch up on stuff. Let's get a little well-ventilated situation going. All right. You know the funny thing about these? I always thought they were like little doll tables.
Yeah, you know, there was a video that I watched about these tables, right? Mm-hmm. And like, I don't know, is there any use to a table?
Well, for a table, right?
Like this table.
That table. Well, it's meant to like stop it from getting squished. Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
The problem is that this little pizza table, it squished the egg, the runny egg that's supposed to be there. I just realized there's a runny egg.
Oh.
Which is okay.
Sacrifices must be made.
Sacrifices must be made. Okay, well, I'm asking. And this is not a political statement.
Only to eat.
All right, well, let's dig in. And I guess welcome to our mukbang? Impromptu mukbang?
It is now a mukbang.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to?
So we've for work we finished our kind of like main year-long project.
What was that?
It's where we ask students to create like a story. And like that's the whole thing. Is like last year was very basic, like writing. But I think this year what we wanted to do differently was like ask students to use any form of art, any sort of medium. Like you could do a story, like the same thing, like a story. I'm gonna quickly. There you go. You could do like a story, like write down like a script or like a speech. Mm-hmm. Some students did a poem. Some students did like a movie. So it's really wanted to like have a way for students to just kind of like use anything and like you're the expert. Yeah.
If you were doing it yourself, what mode of expression would you have used?
I think Oh, that's pretty spicy. I think I would have still chose like a podcast or like a conversation or like a sit down sort of situation. Like it'll still be video because hello, this is YouTube. Like I would still do that. Like that would still be the way I would tell my story. Yeah.
What kind of story would you want to tell through your video?
So in the sense that this project was like a self-identity, you know, because we part of the funding grant that funded on the project was to like address like healthy relationships or like, you know, I think part of it was like LGBTQ identity. And we have a small group, and like we don't have like an LGBTQ focus, but we do have some individuals that are allies or folks that are maybe not there to come out, but like or is willing to at least like talk about, you know, the said community. So there was that. Yeah. So I think what I would probably talk about just kind of I would still probably be more immigrant specific, like family history. Yeah.
I feel like that part is like very integral to a lot of people's identities around here. Because there's a lot of people who would be considered immigrants that like immigrated over to the specific area. So I think that's kind of understandable. How are you liking your pizza, by the way?
It's really good. This sausage is pretty spicy.
Is it?
Well, like a hot Cheeto spicy. But like, there's a wide range of flavors. There's like you got the spicy of the sausage, the linganista or linganista. I'm gonna have to double check that. Insert proper pronunciation here. You get the creaminess of the egg first, and then you kind of work your way with like the saltiness of like the pickled onions and like this kind of like mayo.
Oh, I see. Yeah. It looks really good.
Mayo aioli. You could probably get this piece here.
I want to get a smaller one. I'm gonna take this one if that's okay.
Okay, go for that one.
Raptor screech.
Raptor. We're being raptored.
Cool. Would you like a piece of my pizza?
Yeah, I'll grab one, and then we'll continue our conversation.
Yes.
So if you were one of my students, what mode of art you would use, or what story would you say or tell?
If I had to use a mode, I probably would also do video recording.
Video recording?
I've always been kind of like comfortable with shooting videos, or at least like talking, and I've done that before. Like there have been a couple of projects that I've done where it requires you to like talk to a camera, and then you submit it for grades or whatever for school.
Did I help you with one of the projects before?
I don't remember.
But it's been a while.
Yeah, so I think I personally am most comfortable with that as well. As for the story I would tell, I don't know. It's kind of hard to think about right now.
See, that's the reaction I had with the students. Kind of like I think the first meeting we did back in September. They were kind of confused. Like the notion that I think the thing is, like, I saw this as like a college thing, you know, like you have the freedom to talk about whatever you want or like, you know, bring up anything. But like, and when you're in a high school setting, it's like, it's very specific to like, hey, the teacher's going to tell you what to do and you have to follow what the teacher do, you know? But like, I wanted to do it a little differently. I wanted to say, hey, we've been asking you as students to tell your stories in a very like small, narrow way of telling your stories, you know, like writing it down. And I thought it's a little tone deaf, you know. I guess my idea was like I wanted them to have the freedom to do what they want or how they see their stories and see themselves in the most in a way that like they're more passionate about. Yeah, and it worried me because it got to a point where it was February and I felt like the students are still not getting it.
Yeah.
you know, and that scared me because I was like, oh shoot, am I not good enough for this project, you know? Yeah.
Personally, I think it's very hard to figure out what you want to talk about when you're giving so much freedom to do it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's true.
Like, I remember back when I started college, I remember it's like a mandatory speech class you have to take, right? And like, a lot of the speeches that they gave you, right? They gave you like, oh, it has to be based around this one concept, but you can talk about whatever.
Right.
And so a lot of the times I'd have problems with it because I would be like, I don't know what I want to talk about. Like, what does this mean? So it wasn't until I got further into like my college years that I actually understood kind of that idea of just like, you can do whatever you want.
Like obtaining your voice almost?
In a way, yeah. I just think it's hard in general when you're going through an educational system, and for like the longest time you're just kind of like stuck to like, oh, this is what we're learning today, and this is what you're gonna have to talk about for your project, and then like get to a point where you're just like, you can do whatever. So yeah, I don't know, I think it takes a lot of time to gain your freedom from education, especially when it comes to like talking about certain things, and I don't think that happens until like around college time. Or at least I don't think we're trained for a lot when we're in high school.
Yeah, I think that would be my critique of high school. Like being with teachers, or like I'm glad that the teachers I'm with is really supportive and really open to like these new ideas and bringing to the table. But it seems like it's stingy. Or not stingy, but it's like it's stuffy. Like it has to be done in a specific way. It has to be done in like a way so it's like it's very regimented.
Yeah.
You know. And I guess because we're an after school kind of like program, and we're doing it's much more like extracurricular almost. Like it's tough, but it's also like it's fun in a sense. I don't know. It's very. I know I'm good. I know it's just that's almost a non-answer, but it takes time to build that relationship with the students. You know, like we're asking them to do a lot, like by sharing like tough immigration stories. You know, like really really heavy subject matter. So I give a lot of the students the credit as like, you know, it takes them to step up and you know, I think some has very very like traumatizing stories about how they got here or like how their parents got here, you know. So
I do think that a lot of newer kids probably will be like, I don't know, more intuitive with their stories and stuff. Like I feel like my generation of like adults, are we even considered adults? I don't feel any different from anyway.
Okay.
Like, you know, there are like so many younger kids that have experienced so much and have done so many different progressive things that it makes me very hopeful for how the future will turn out.
Yeah.
But like, also I look back at like my age group and I'm like, I haven't done that much. You know?
Or like part of it, there's like a sense of like nihilism, you know?
Yeah.
I think when. Well, I think I mentioned this before on a separate podcast, but like there was like this idea of nihilism, like when it was the podcast when we were addressing the Atlanta shootings, and yeah, like in my headspace, I was just like, you know, I've been talking about this for about 10 years. I've been trying to address this, and it's like when will people get it? Or when will people understand? Like, but this most recent podcast, and like it took me a long time to kind of like not re-educate, but like kind of like change my thinking on it. Just the like it takes a lot of the young people to give that energy to some of the older people in power to like to still have like that faith in like that advocacy part of it. Yeah, it's tough, but it's also like. It's rewarding in the sense that like it can still happen, right?
Yeah.
Like that energy is still there, and that's what I see with these students. I feel like that energy is there. Like they're really excited about doing all of these things. So yeah. Was it Dave Chappelle that says like I'm here for the ride too, or something like that? I remember. It was his special 846 or
Yep.
yeah.
I don't actually watch that many comedy specials.
But oh yeah.
One of my favorites though is from a guy named Daniel Sloss. Do you know who he is?
No.
Anyway, he's like a Scottish comedian, right? And his there's this one sketch that he has on Netflix, and it's renowned for breaking people's relationships up.
Oh God.
So there's like a tally on his Twitter account of how many relationships have, or how many people have broken up, and how many people have gotten divorced.
Oh God.
After watching that special.
Oh God. Never watched the special.
Is that no? Actually, genuinely, it's really good.
Okay.
I'll give you like the summary of it without the jokes because I'm not funny.
Okay, go ahead.
But okay, if you have time though, you should watch it. But
Okay.
Anyway, so the whole special is, as he puts it, a love letter to single people.
Okay.
Right. He prefaced it by saying like his family has a history of being in very committed relationships.
Right.
Like him and his father and his mother were married for like years.
Right.
And they're still married now. You know? So, in his family, obviously, there's just like a history of just people who are like, who can stay together for a long time. So for a while when he was younger, he would ask his dad like, how is that for you? And his dad was like, well, he compared it to like a jigsaw puzzle, and was saying like sometimes you just have to like find the piece that fits to you. Right. And the piece for me was your mom. And so he went through life for a long time kind of thinking like, oh, you know, the missing piece in my life is a person. Like it always has to be somebody.
Right.
Because that was what he grew up learning. And so he was saying like, you know, sometimes that just isn't the case, you know. As much as you try to jam a piece into a missing piece of a puzzle, like sometimes it's just not meant to fit.
Oh.
And how can you even, you know, do that if you can't even love yourself in the first place?
Okay.
So it's just like it was a lot of the like special was just him being like, sometimes, you know, it's good to be single. There's nothing wrong with it, right? Your missing piece doesn't necessarily have to be another person, you know? It just by coincidence for my father, it happened to be my mom.
So it's an ode to single. Okay, I could see how that's the game.
Yeah. But it's just funny because throughout the entire thing, he was like saying, well, I've come to this realization, but the real question is the person that you're with
oh no,
the missing piece to your puzzle. It's really good. It's actually a really good special. I really like it.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that tallies up in the thousands right now.
You should probably like share that with me later. I would definitely take a gander at that.
Yes, we can watch it when we're taking a break. In
this marathon of finding food.
Yes, this pizza took us fucking like an hour.
I know. Good. Yeah, it took us a journey.
It's so good though.
It's so good?
Yeah.
It's your first time Rose City pizza. What do you think?
I think it's really good. I will say though, I think my pizza is like a very traditional pizza.
It is a very traditional pizza, but it's also like, it's like one of those things where you go to like a nice fancy like ice cream shop and like the first thing you get is like vanilla.
That's me.
That's you, right? It's like you want to get the quality of the vanilla before going to like the chocolate or like all the other things.
But you know what? I'm really basic when it comes to food in general anyways.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
Also, I'm not a vegetable eater, so this is like a struggle.
So what do you think between this and that? What would you go for? This is too bougie?
No, I actually would go for that.
You would go for that? Oh, okay.
Actually, I mean, I like this.
Okay.
This one I think is really good. I think the only thing that kind of ruined me for a second was like the kick to my face from like the spice, and I was like, oh god, I'm scared. And then,
well, this one has your name on it. Look at how much egg that is. Look at the yolk on this one.
Girl, I got 2 slices left. Don't even trip about me. I'm chilling. But yeah, no, the egg, I think when you said like it was super creamy in the beginning, when you first take a bite, oh yeah, it was so good.
You know, it helps like because it on the back end of this Manila sunrise, it's like it has a very nice creamy start, but with spicy finish.
Right.
And then when you get to another piece, you start that whole cycle again.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I want an egg on a pizza all the time.
I know. I think that kind of goes into like things that you would never expect to work that kind of works.
Yeah, I've had an egg on a pizza before, but it's like I scrambled. Like it's basically leftovers. If like you want to add leftovers to stuff, right?
I've never made an egg or a pizza with an egg on it.
Yeah, I just scramble it and then just kind of like put it in, and then because it's a leftover pizza, it's like you could just kind of like manipulate it. So like I make it in like a pizza taco.
Right.
As people probably saw through this whole course, I kind of fold my pizzas this way. Yeah, I kind of have like a. Okay, don't make fun of me. But like that New York fold, right? Like you fold it up like this, and then you kind of like have it like that. Yeah, it's more like that.
Yeah, no, I'm basic.
Yeah.
But I think my hands are also too small for it.
For like that
the fold.
The New York fold.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you're not that the one thing that apparently people like dunk on the mayor of New York for is like, oh, you eat your pizza with a fork and knife. There's other things to be mad about, like the mayor, but like, okay, all right. On a cultural level, on like a New York cultural level, yeah, sure, why not?
I've done it before.
You done it before?
Only because sometimes the pizza, like, since they have so many specialty pizzas in LA, right? They're fucking ginormous.
Yeah.
So, and my hands are tiny. I have tiny kid hands, okay? Like, I've had a discussion about this. I hate my hands because they're so small. And I can't hold it right. So I'm just like, I can't, what am I going to do? I have to hold it like this.
Oh, you're like the dual hand?
Yeah, I have to hold this end and then put one finger under it and hold onto it. Because my hands are too fucking tiny.
So every time I think of tiny hands, I think of our former president. You know, you didn't hear about like tiny hands, Mr. Trump?
What tiny hands? I mean, I'm not surprised, but he has tiny. Oh, got it.
Yeah. Took you a second there. I was just like, were you living under a rock for the last 4 years?
He did an edit in like a dun 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 ding.
Oh God, no. Oh God.
It took me a hot second. I understand, but no.
Yeah.
I don't want to have small hands like Trump, man.
Oh, okay. Well, you good?
Something dropped from my pizza.
Oh no. My car.
It's saved.
Okay, cool.
Anyway. But anyway, yeah. I don't know. I love pizza though, but I'm so basic when it comes to food. Like,
you're gonna like your birthday gift.
Is it basic? Is that why?
I'm like staring at the camera right now. No, I think it's very appreciative.
So it's pizza.
But what type though? we're gonna go down the list. Well, to be fair, I did get you that pizza today too.
I feel like this has become a tradition now because somehow whenever I get gifts from you, it's always related to pizza.
Yeah. Well, at least when pizza is a thing, it means it's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is funny because I became known for pizza
amongst the friend group. Yeah.
But I don't eat pizzas that often.
Are you a lasagna person? I'm just kidding.
You know what?
Go on.
I do like lasagnas, but if I had to pick a favorite pasta that I'm into, it's always chicken Alfredo. Oh
yes, that's right. I remember the Pizza Hut or Domino's Alfredos.
Yeah, it's so good. I actually had Charlie's Trio yesterday.
Oh, really? Okay.
I didn't go out for it though. My aunt bought it to go.
And then brought it home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this makes me go back. So, is there anything that people know you for, like, if like your birthday comes around, right? And like, let's say that like someone was gonna buy you a gift. Did they ever tell you like, oh yeah, I already knew exactly what I was gonna get you?
Yeah, I think a few people. Yeah, I think I could probably like point to a few people. I think there's a thing that it's person to person. It's really person to person.
Well,
yeah.
I had a conversation with somebody recently. They were talking about like what they would get me right, for my gift. And they were like, "Oh, Kalani, you're so easy to like get a gift for." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "It's either we buy you something for your Nintendo Switch,
right,
or we buy you food."
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many people this has passed over to, but I've been bought 3 meals already.
And today will be the one where we turn that total all the way up to 10.
Today, you know what? Today, this one is my third one.
Your third one, okay.
Like, third one that was like, "Hey, it's your birthday. Let's go get food." And I'm like, okay.
well, today is also, let's get food and let's also make content.
Basically.
Yeah. Do you want the last piece of this while I have the last piece of yours?
How do you feel?
I'm okay with it if you're okay with it.
And
And this one with the most egg, though.
I'm gonna take my meat one. You
Okay.
take it.
All right. I just wanted to ask before I just take a huge bite out of it.
Do it.
Ah.
But anyway,
What I like about this pizza is like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's like it's still, even though it's starting to get a little cold, it's still crispy.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
How did you know it's Rose City, by the way?
How do I know about Rose City?
Mm-hmm.
All the time when it's like put on Facebook by like other people. Like, I think the first pizza I remembered hearing about this place is, I think Insider did a elote pizza, and they were like, "Oh, this place called Rose City Pizza." I was like, "Wait a minute."
I know that place.
Yeah, it was like one of those things. So like, this sounds familiar.
I've always known about it because it's a local spot, but I've never eaten there. If there's a pizza spot that I always go to, it's always Lamppost. It's called Lamppost Pizza. But I will say, I think Rose City has more specialty pizzas that I'd be interested in trying.
Yeah.
Like the elote one, the hot Cheeto one sounds bomb. Except my booty's not going to be okay afterwards, you know?
Oh my god. We'll probably save that story for later, but that reminds me of like a student asked me a story because they're like a culinary arts, like they're doing a culinary art track. I'm proud of them because they're like going to trade tech and like getting that done. But like they asked me, it's like, "Mr. Kim, what is the most spiciest thing that you ever ate?" I was like, there's two answers to that. There's like the definitive, this is the spiciest thing, but there's another one where it's like, this is the thing that killed me the day after. Yeah. So I think I might save that for the next one, the next restaurant that we go to.
Okay. We'll keep that story in mind. Watch us never mention it ever again.
We tend to do that all the time.
I know.
We like start something and then we're like, wait, what are we talking about?
I feel like you should mention it before we forget. One of us is bound to forget.
I'll look at this pizza box that's gonna be like hanging out in the back of our car.
Hello? I'm already forgetting.
What are we talking about? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, spicy foods. I'll probably save it.
Have you ever tried ghost peppers?
Alone, no. I think I had a ghost pepper or ghost chili. In the form of a spicy chicken wing. Yeah. But it was the thing is, just like when you mix it in with the other stuff, it's like you're not getting just the pure chili.
So
yeah.
There's this guy that I watch on YouTube. He's like one of those works in a gaming league type of kids.
Oh, okay.
I say like kid, like he is younger, but anyway,
But like what, like 21 younger?
Probably is around 21. There are a lot of young kids that are going into like gaming leagues right now. But anyway, besides the point. So he ate like a ghost pepper chip.
No!
It was so crazy how they packed it because it's like in a coffin, and it's just one.
The one chip challenge. Yeah, I've seen those before. My friend that's like, I guess he's like my roommate, but like he had like one of those one chip things, and he's like a chef or like person that works in like one of those big kitchens for like a tech this like small tech startup called Google. But anyways,
wow, I've never heard of them. Tell me more.
Yes, exactly. When sorry, like he was not just having it for the spice of it, but also he was like critiquing the flavor, the taste of it, and like all of these other things. I'm like, dude, I would have just been like, fuck this chip, I am done. Just like, don't talk to me for the rest of the day. I am on the toilet.
I'm so surprised he actually had like the mind to still like critique it.
Well, that's a sign of that he's a professional. Probably that's probably a sign that he's a professional. Yeah,
because it makes me think of Hot Ones.
Yeah, Hot Ones.
Like the bottom ones, everyone's always like, oh, you can taste like how barbecue-y the sauce is. And then by the end of it, it's like, why? Why would you put this in a bottle? Why would you put it on food?
Why does this exist? Who would want this?
Dude, I could never eat anything like spicy. I can handle my spice somewhat okay. But once it gets to a certain point, that's when I start getting scared.
One of the nicest gifts was that one of our friends got us the Hot Ones, like the final dab, or the last dab. And I used that actually. It's just like the funny thing is, I just add a few drops to like normal buffalo wings, and it has like this kind of like real like heat to it. It adds heat, but it also is like there's like a weird sweetness to it that it adds to like a sauce.
Really?
So, I don't know what's there, but maybe my taste buds are fucked up too.
Well, you know what? I do feel like the
oh crap.
Thank you. The not the final dab, but the one before it. The atomic bomb?
The atomic bomb? Go ahead.
I always think that one is worse than the final dab.
Really?
Because everyone has such a strong reaction to that one versus the final dab.
Maybe they kill all their taste buds with the atomic bomb, and then it's really a grave of the firefly situation.
I do feel like, you know, at some point, right, you get to a point where, like, when you're eating, you pack on so much flavor that it just kind of builds up on each other. Yeah. So, like, when you're eating, for example, like a pizza, right?
Right.
The first bite will always be like, oh, that was so good. And then by, like, at some point, you're like,
yeah, no more.
Like, I've had this taste for a while, so I'm, like, tired of it.
I wonder if that's going to happen to us today. So keep that in mind. We're going to go into our next location in a bit. We're probably going to just chill for a moment. But it's going to be a local banh mi shop. So we're going to check that out. And then we're going to be sharing a single sandwich. We're probably just going to share a single sandwich.
I'll probably take a couple of bites. I'm kind of...
Yeah. You kind of getting there?
We just started. This is
we just started, and then after that we'll probably have like a chill time at like a Italian market, getting some snacks. So stay with us a little bit, and then we'll be back. All right.
Bye.
Hello. Hi. We forgot to do a video at Bahn Mi My Tho. So in lieu of that, I'll put in like a nice screenshot of what that place looks like.
We're also combined.
And we're also combining here. Yeah, we're here at Clara's. And we're here to get like some little snacks, so I think that would probably work for both here and also the next spot, which is like a boba spot. Yeah. Okay, all right, let's stop that. Okay, let's go and get our snacks here at Clara's. Hello again. Oh, also mask. Hello. So we have a little ventilation here. Oh, hi. Hello. Okay, so we have now our sandwiches. I'm also gonna hand sanitize real quick.
I should do that too, actually.
Yeah.
Can I have some?
Yes.
Hand sanitization.
So we went to Bahn Mi My Tho. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I'm butchering names, but all addresses, every place that we visit, I'm probably gonna definitely put the address in there, like, so people know where we're going. So we got a banh mi. It's still kind of warm. Feel it.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah, still kind of warm. Hot off the presses, as they say. We got the veggies separate, and then we got a snack. We got some. Oh yeah, we also went to Clara's. I forgot to mention that. We got some chips. I got a soda for myself. There's probably
a San Pellegrino.
San Pellegrino. I need something to settle my stomach because I think I've that spicy linganiso with the pizza has really getting to my stomach.
I'm telling you, that's what you gotta be careful of. It's like
Yeah.
the spices.
And then we got something here for that pink box is something for the next location. Yeah, that we're gonna do. And so we're gonna start with the sandwich. This might be the most messiest thing, but I also like I'm not doing anything tomorrow, so I'm like, I guess I'll just clean my car tomorrow. All right, awesome. Ooh.
You should have probably brought a napkin.
I should have brought a napkin. There's a lot of things I should have done here.
There are some regrets.
Some regrets. Oh, they don't cut this.
I thought they did.
I thought they did too.
I'll steal a napkin from the side.
Yeah, steal a napkin. Still what you need to do. So we got, this is our sandwich with the special number one that comes with like a, it has the pate, like a little bit of head cheese, some grilled pork.
A lot of cuts of meat.
A lot of cuts of meats in there. I take mine with veggies. Kalani, this
I'm
is
straight
yours.
up eating it.
And I guess ours is a little story time now, I guess. Well, there was one thing that we didn't get to in the last one. When we were at Rose City Pizza that we were going to talk about. It's the spiciest foods we ever ate.
Ah.
Yeah, I think that was the thing. That was the story in our minds.
I already forgot about it.
You already forgot about it? Well, I remembered. I remember because I think I want to get into it because it is actually like a funny story.
Go on.
All right, so it was like one of those days like in the before times, like before the pandemic, where you know we would go eat out, right? Like in the middle of the week. You know, sometimes people are like, hey, we're gonna go to like get a Hotpot. And so we got Hotpot, and it was boiling point, right? And it was kind of like my first time like ever getting like really spicy foods. Like so I got the I don't think it was like Taiwanese spicy, but like I think it was like the number 4 lamb, but like extra hot. Yeah, and it was good. It was really good. The thing is, I just wasn't ready for it.
Is it one of those like mind-numbing spicy ones?
No. Although they had a temporary flavor, like they have like temporary flavors sometimes from time to time, and they had like a mala flavor, and like that was like the best thing ever. I wish they just kept it on the menu permanently, but I guess they just
They take it off?
They took it off. It's like one of those things. It's like the seasonal items, and so. It was a, good times were had by all, but the next day, I had a final.
Oh.
Or like a midterm. It was around that time. And my stomach was not having it.
Oh.
So I was like taking this writing test. And it was just... It was a slog. It was terrible. I needed to use the restroom like halfway through the writing exam. For 20 minutes. I lost 20 minutes of the exam.
Oh my god.
And
you're just trying to survive.
Yeah. Went to the restroom, came back, holding my stomach. The professor was like, Bryan, are you okay? And so I was just like, no. This is like all I could answer was no.
I am in fact not okay.
Yes, I am not. It's like that meme where like that baby kid is like, help.
I understand the pain. What was the spiciest thing I've eaten? I feel like the spiciest thing I've done was also kind of a stupidly funny story. So, to preface this, my friend has a boyfriend, and he's like a godsend when it comes to making like instant ramen.
Right.
So he made, what is it called? It's like the black shin ramen, I think. Right. And he made it so that it was dried, so it wasn't like. Because normally you get the soup pack, right? And then you put it with the water and it becomes a broth. But he knew how to make it just like dried noodles. And it was so good.
Oh, wow.
So at some point, I said I was gonna try to do it, and so I did it with a different noodle, and I added too much of the soup packet, and if you add too much, it gets super spicy.
Oh no!
So I kind of like knocked in too much on accident.
Oh.
And it was one of those, like we were mentioning earlier, right? Like when you take one bite of something, it's like, oh, that's really good. But as you like eat and the taste slowly builds, that's what gets to you. And so as I kept eating it, it got spicier and spicier. And it only made it worse because I was watching Hot Ones.
Oh God.
So I was dying as I was watching Hot Ones and eating this noodle and being like, I have to finish it. It was like the first bite, delicious.
Right.
Great. The last bite, I was dying on the inside.
That's not that.
That was the time. I was like, I'm just gonna wait to ask him to make me the ramen again.
I had something kind of like that I didn't realize. So you know the jjajangmyeon, like it's like the black bean or like the black soybean type of noodles.
Yeah.
It's kind of like synonymous for like Korean cuisine or so, or like it's basically Chinese Korean. But I bought like a pack, like a family pack, like it had 5 of them. Did not realize until I started eating it, it was the spicy brand. Oh. So all of it looked fine. All of it looked like jjajangmyeon. But it was spicy. It was like I just couldn't handle it. Like. Oh. Like I still have like a pack or 2 left, but it's like it's
too
rough.
much.
It's rough. It's too much.
I feel like you would like. I think it's called naengmyeon.
What's naengmyeon?
So there's like a couple of Korean types of noodles, right? Obviously you have jjajangmyeon, and then naengmyeon is like I think like an ice noodle dish.
Oh, okay.
And I've always seen it, and it always looked really cool, but I never tried it. It sounds very like counterintuitive type of situations, like
cold noodle.
Like we were talking about how like you would never expect to put like an egg on a pizza and it would taste good, right?
Yeah.
I think naengmyeon is kind of like the same situation, and the other situation I would relate it to would be like eating a McDonald's fry with a McFlurry.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, I can see that.
Because people say like, oh, put it together. Like, trust me, it sounds weird, but it tastes good. And then you put it together, and you're like, oh, it's not bad. But you're also kind of like really confused because why does it work?
Yeah, you're like a French fries and shake thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely in the same category for me.
I eat fast.
You do eat fast. I think I've been slacking.
Well, as we continue to eat and put crumbs all over my car, don't worry, we still have another day of the weekend, so I can like clean it up. So
you gotta explain these.
Oh yeah. So we got we'll definitely try these out. So story time before I finish up my my spicy tangent, I guess, for this location. During the winter, I was trying to figure out a way to do gifts for like folks, you know, for like friends, family. So these were one of the things that I bought for everybody, but did not buy for myself. So I'm definitely gonna try these. So these are Torres Selectica. It's like chips from, I think, Spain. Let me see. Barcelona. Yeah, they're from Spain. Yeah. So this one is a Borogo ham. And so I'm gonna try these. The funny thing is I made gift bags for many people, and then the thing about that is like nobody told me how they were, and so I was just like, I also wanted to know how y'all felt about these bags. But anyways, let's go. Grab one.
How's it? We're fine.
We're good.
Fine.
We're good. It's very meaty. Yeah. Right.
My knee.
It's like I'm actually eating like some nice ham almost. This is really good.
I'm sorry, I got crumbs all over the place.
I know. I'm realizing the error of my ways here today.
You kind of made a mistake.
Well,
I'm gonna put this in the trash bag.
no, just put it in here.
Okay.
You want to try it? You're like, I don't know. I don't know about
I
it.
had food in my mouth, so I was waiting.
Yeah. Oh, this is good. I like it. I don't know. How about you? What are you thinking?
It's very savory.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like something, but I don't know what it tastes like.
It's supposed to be like a salty ham.
It's pretty good though.
It kind of feels like there's like a taste of it that's like it kind of like melts in your mouth like bacon.
A little bit, yeah.
It has like that weird mouthfeel. It's like if you had a bacon that was like fried to the point that the fat has rendered, and it's like it has like this skin, but inside is all that oily, fatty goodness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good though. I like it.
Yeah. I don't know if I gave you a gift bag. No, I got you something different for you for Christmas.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing this bag before.
Yeah.
But it's pretty good. This makes me think about though. Since you mentioned bacon,
All right, go on.
I had a conversation with a whole bunch of Australian people the other day.
Okay. Is it one of those things? Is like, what's the difference between American bacon, Canadian bacon, and just pork belly?
I kind of think so because we were talking about like differences between America and Australia. Because I got curious in the middle of the night, so I started Googling like different terms between like the two places, and then it was very funny because like one of the words that came up was togs, and togs is like swimwear.
Okay.
But even in that group of like people all across Australia, they were like, I've never called it togs in my life. And then some people were like, oh, I have. And I was like, what? And they're like, what? Anyways,
All right.
so bacon came up, and they were saying how like American bacon is more crispy than like Australian bacon and stuff like that. So I found that interesting.
Is bacon still? Because isn't Canadian bacon more like a ham than bacon, like pork belly?
I think so.
So is Australian bacon like American bacon, or is it like more like a Canadian thing?
I'm not really sure actually.
More research to be done. Definitely.
But yeah, I find those kind of things interesting though. Like just how there are different words depending where you live, or it's just like the same thing. Like fries.
Fries. This is like called chips down there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the other one that was super funny. We were talking about biscuits. Because so obviously in America, right, we have biscuits, right? But the thing that we call biscuits, they call scones.
Scones. Scones or scones?
Well, they say scones, but
Scones.
I say scones. Anyway, so they're saying, because like you know how we have Popeyes, right? And you get like the biscuits with it. They're like, those are fucking scones. Those are not biscuits. And I was like, they are biscuits though. And then so I sent like pictures, right? So I sent the picture of the biscuits from like Popeyes, and I was like, what is that? They're like, it's a fucking scone. And I sent a picture of like the cracker that has like the curved edges. Excuse me, that's like in a square.
Okay.
And I was like, what is this? And they're like, that's a biscuit.
Biscuit.
And then I sent them a picture of like a saltine. And I was like, what's that? And they were like, a cracker. And then I said, and then I sent a picture of a chip.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what is this? And they're like, it's a crisp. And then, but they also said chips. They also said crisps. And then,
so crisps and chips.
And then there was one that I found very interesting. So they sent a picture of like fries, and they call it potato chips.
Fries, potato chips. Okay.
Like obviously in our head we're like this is a potato chip.
Yeah, that's a potato chip.
But they put like the picture of like just a regular box of fries, and they call that a potato chip because it's potato and chips.
Chip. Oh, okay. I was just running through my head because like in the British way it's just chips. They don't just describe it as potato chip.
I guess they call it potato chips occasionally.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I was like, that's interesting.
Culture shock.
Yeah, but there are some interesting things I find different about like different areas. Like I had a friend who lived in Minnesota, and then she has like different pronunciations about certain things, like Minnesota.
Oh, I've said it with like a Western accent.
Water.
Minnesota. Water.
Well, yeah, so those kind of things seem interesting to me. Oh, but there was a video that I watched recently, and they were talking about, like, in the U.S., right, for example, what do you call the game that, like, someone comes up to you and, like, and then
tag. It's tag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, universally, across the U.S., everybody calls it tag, right?
Right.
But when you're looking abroad, some people call it. Some people call it, like, oh god, I forgot the other names, but it was the only one that's like sticked in my head.
It, like the clown from like It?
Yeah, they call it it, like tag your it, so they call it it.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
They have like a whole bunch of words, but like the person who was doing the video said it was very interesting because in the US, right, definitively it is tag. But if you're looking at other places, like in like across the pond,
right, as they
like,
say,
it's like even depending like down to where you live, the name of tag is different. Like just down to like what region you're in. Whereas like if you live here in California and you went up to somebody in like Texas, we'll call it it.
Yeah.
I mean not it, tag.
We'll call it tag.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna close my chips with this weird contraption.
As long as it works.
As long as it works. What is something? Well, we know like internationally it's called football. Football is soccer, right? That's an international difference. And then the football that we do is called basically it's American football, but like there's an emphasis on calling it American football. I'm trying to think of what other things. Well, there's petrol, right? Petrol for gasoline. That's one difference.
They call a gas station a servo.
Servo?
Like a service station a servo.
Oh.
There's like a whole bunch of them that I don't remember right now. I had like a long conversation about this. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is that you can have a lot of differences, but there's there's like Asian languages where there's multiple sounding words or like words that already have a defined meaning meant for something else.
What do you mean?
So in Khmer, right, there's this thing called grung, right? It's basically like, if you're saying it in a cuisine standpoint, it's like a mixture of like garlic, galanga, lemongrass, and all of these like different like ingredients. But there's a well-defined meaning where it's, when you say grung, it's ingredients or items, right? There's got to be something else.
Well,
but yeah, that's the one thing that came to mind because I was watching like a video on like Khmer cuisine. That's why it came out.
Well, there's a like a very not historical, but like a long-standing sentence in Cantonese that people know, where it's like, it's basically the same word. The only difference is the inflection, but it's a proper sentence.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I can tell you what it is.
What? Okay.
So the sentence in Cantonese is go 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 go.
Okay, go on.
And in Cantonese, that means that brother is taller than the other brother.
That brother is taller than the other brother.
Because go go is that, and then go go is brother, and then go go is taller.
Oh, okay.
And then go go that go go brother.
Ah, okay, interesting. And then if you have a different inflection, what would it mean, or how would it sound?
Go 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 go. I don't know.
Okay.
But
you know what that reminds me of, like that TikTok where people are like, on French Google Translate, that says like.
Oh yeah.
Like, if I don't know what phrase it was, but like dwa or something like that. I was like, what the hell?
I feel like that's kind of funny that like there are words that are like very similar. But you know, it's interesting because when you're looking at languages, right? Like some places don't even have like feminine pronouns or male pronouns and stuff.
Yeah, some places do, some places don't, right?
Yeah. So like for example, like Spanish I think has it, right?
Yeah,
Because you have like the O and the A, and then like there's I think English has it. Right?
What English?
Does English have male? Yeah, English has male female pronouns.
Yeah, it does have male female pronouns, but it's not like pronounced as like Spanish.
Yeah.
Or like culturally, like, you know, in Spanish is like L,
La,
yeah, like that.
Yeah, I don't think it's as
Well,
like,
that's the whole debate on like Latinx, right? Like I just learned this like I'll still continue saying Latinx, but like within the Latin American community or Hispanic or Chicano community, there's a lot of debate over it.
Yeah, because
there's like Latinx that's like very common and like a lot of people know, or like if you're like a more woke person or whatever, like, you know, that's like a one way to say it.
Yeah.
But there's Latine and there's like Latin, like you just don't conjugate or like use a form of like O and Ah.
Yeah, I do wonder, like, because, you know, obviously it gets to a point where it's like you're trying to be sensitive to other cultures, but like how it's hard to be sensitive to a certain culture when people are still trying to figure out what the right way to do it is.
Yeah, and it's like also it's like you're not constantly practicing too. I think that was something that was mentioned before, but it's like I think it's like I'm coming from a place that's like I just want to be inclusive, and so therefore I'm gonna stay with Latinx. But like the thing is like I do understand that there's a hotly debated debate around that idea.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
like some people feel like it absolutely no, right? But there's also some people that says, well, it might be better if it's like Latine or like Latin and just like don't conjugate it.
Right, yeah.
You know, so I'm just like I'm just gonna do my best to be just as best as I can be. To be
be respectful, right?
As respectful as I can be, and like I think I would really like, you know, I could only check myself in those situations. But it is a fascinating subject, and I think it's in the terms of language and culture, I was like, like nothing ever really stays the same as much as like people want to think that things will stay the same, right?
Right.
So it's just like it's just fascinating how things are like, oh, like we're having a debate on Latinx and Latine and Latin or like all of these things, and I think within Asian cultures we probably have those things too. So I think it's interesting. I don't get too emotional, like not emotional, but like when people are like, oh, I hate your ideas or whatever, like I don't get to that point, but like just learning about it and just like thinking, it's like, oh, what are some of the ways like this connects to like our culture or like how we live as like an American society? You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We live in a society.
All right. Should we start heading over to the boba place, you think?
Yeah, we never really decided what boba place, but then again, like I don't mind factory tea bar. What seems like because boba has been a hotly debated thing. It's like
also boba is running out in San Francisco.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole thing about it.
I don't mind factory tea bar, but as the birthday person today, what are you feeling?
I don't mind factory tea bar either, but I don't know what boba places you haven't tried.
Because I've basically tried almost all of them at this point.
I've tried most of them.
And then like half and half is basically gone.
Have you tried Timaru?
What's Timaru?
Timaru is like a boba place that's like a hole in the wall. You know where there's a YouTube group around here called Wong Fu Films.
Oh, okay.
They have a boba place called Bopomofo.
Bopomofo. Oh, is that right next to Golden Deli?
It's right next to it.
Golden Deli.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we could try and then go there and then like have our.
Well, here, let me ask this:
okay.
How do you like your boba drinks?
I just like fruity flavors, and I'm kind of over boba. I'm more like a lychee jelly now.
Then I would say you probably should either go AU79 or Factory, because Timaru is like good for like boba milk teas.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with like Wuxilan.
Wuxilan? Wait, which is Wuxilan? I'm trying to remember. Oh wait, is that in the plaza where Samu Barbecue used to be?
It's still there with the Samu Barbecue.
Yeah, right.
It's where Focus Plaza is.
Oh, okay. If we do Wuxilan, and then we could just take our boba into like a nice park, and like we'll just have like a nice like little sit down thing.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. We could do that.
You want to do Wuxilan? Is that the?
Yeah, let's do Wuxilan. I don't think I've had Wuxilan since like the beginning of this pandemic, actually.
Okay, yeah, we can go Wuxilan.
Let's go Wuxilan. I haven't had Wait, actually.
You might like their Four Seasons tea.
Okay, I'll take your recommendations. I don't think I ever had the Four Seasons tea.
It's not really like a boba milk tea. Obviously, the boba milk tea is very milky.
Right.
But the Four Seasons tea is very much like if you want to clear your system, it feels good.
That's probably what we need. And so we're gonna do that now.
Okay.
Okay, because I need to clean my system from all of this food that we just had.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Yeah, and we have still dessert for our lunch, right?
Yeah, we have cake.
And then our dinner might be Portos.
Oh, I don't even know if I can eat dinner right now.
Well, that's gonna be a little bit past that. So, we'll see you in a bit, in a jiff, and let's get to that spot.
Partos. It's cold.
I really don't know how the wind is gonna. Oh, sorry. I really don't know how the wind is gonna affect the sound on this.
Oh, I forgot about the wind.
It's fine.
It'll be okay.
It'll be okay. So here's what we got here. So we went to Clara's Italian Market, and then we got other than the chips, we got these little sweets here. We're gonna have like a little sweet kind of situation. And then we also got our drink from Wuxilan.
I have a bowl of milk tea.
Yeah, I got the... What did I get? Oh, wait. Orange grapefruit. Orange grapefruit.
How do you like it?
I didn't even try it yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I was waiting until now.
I can try it.
Oh.
You like it?
It's like a fresh orange. Like a fresh orange.
It looks like it's kind of like pulpy.
Oh, I like pulp. Do you not like pulp?
I like pulp.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, dog.
Yeah, teddy dog.
I didn't expect to get distracted here, but I guess that's a side effect of being in a park.
Yeah, I know. So we thought about staying in the car for Clara's to have this, and then I think somewhere along the lines of the initial plan was to go to Factory Tea Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the initial plan. And then
we got sidetracked.
I think we were just thinking of like places that we haven't been in a while.
Yeah.
So I think Wuxilan was something that I haven't been in a while, and like I think it's still kind of like relatively local, right? So I guess let's just do it this way. So it's like I still have some space in between. So I got an eclair and like a cream horn.
It's a cream horn. Yeah.
Cream horn.
I got a cake.
Yeah, you got a cake.
God, I don't know how I'm gonna eat this.
So what topic should we have here at the park? Oh, we could probably talk about. Oh, I forgot napkins.
I will live.
Yeah, we'll live.
You can talk about the protest.
Well, yeah, but maybe the last time we've been to a Mansour. And another thought is like, well, maybe that would be a conversation at Donut Man, but like about like weight and like pandemic weight or whatever. Yeah, that was just something on my mind.
Well, I'm
lately.
definitely gonna be gaining a lot of weight after today.
I got it. Yeah, same here. But yeah, like I think the last time we've been at Mansour was during the protest.
Yeah.
Of the.
But this park is like, I think a very big community park. You know, a lot of people come here generally.
Yeah.
And
I think beyond this way, there's like a lake. Also, don't swim in it.
There's ducks in it though.
There's ducks and aggressive geese.
Yeah, that's kind of true actually.
Yeah, and so we I remember our friend. I don't know if you were part of this too, but for a while we were doing the runs at Almanza Park.
I was not a part of it.
Oh, okay. But it's cool. I think it's like a quarter-mile track that's here, and like right across this beyond this screen this way, going east is like a golf course. So yeah,
I feel like this is like the park most people who live around here know, because like I grew up coming here all the time, and it was like a big meetup spot for the organization I was a part of when I was in high school. So I don't know, a lot of people just congregate here.
Really? Well, you're from Mark Keppel.
Yeah, that's my old high school.
Yeah, and Mark Keppel is nowhere near here.
Yeah, but a lot of schools would meet up here.
Oh, like jointly, like if it's like Key Club or something.
Yeah, it was like the middle point.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, but Key Club was now. When did I graduate? 2014. Oh my God, it's been 7 years. You know, I don't know if it's just me or if it's the pandemic, but it feels like time is passing by so quickly nowadays. It feels kind of strange.
I think part of it is just that we're in our house all the time.
Yeah.
I think because we're just so inside our own spaces, I think time either goes slow or fast for some people.
Yeah, but it's strange because like, you know, outside of the pandemic, time just seems to like pass by even faster and faster when you get older.
That's true.
Yeah. Like I remember time passing by a lot slower when I was younger, and now it just like.
It seems like forever.
Yeah, it's just gone.
I think part of it, like I even feel at some times where it's to the point where I mistaken one event for 1 year to another. Like something recent was like I keep on thinking my trip to Japan was last year, but it's not. It's like January of 2019. You know.
Well, you know, I think specifically from like 2019 to like now, I think the time just kind of blends in with each other, you know, because everything has been passing by so quickly. Plus, on top of that, you know, it's like, you know, for the most part, a lot of people have just been stuck at home. Yeah, so it's not like you're going out to do anything crazy or anything like that. So I at least understand if it's like specifically 2019-ish to 2021-ish that you're having problems keeping track with the times.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Do you think part of it too is like you're not? Yeah, I think yes, because of the pandemic. But like even within the pandemic, you're not like doing anything new.
Yeah.
Like it's like nothing like necessarily stimulating is happening.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have a lot going for me right now, and I think my cake. I've mentioned that
the rapper.
That I've been waiting for like schools to pick up for in-person learning again. I don't know if this is the case with other people, but I very much have been like, oh no, the horn. I've always been the type of person to be really bad at doing like online learning, but I'm really good at doing in-person learning. So as soon as the pandemic hit, I already knew I was screwed over.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
It's scary. No.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned in our first stop about, you know, talking about school and students, but like the groups of students that I see like on an after-school basis, like yeah, they definitely feel that way of like, you know, a lot of them don't like the stay-at-home learning, and
yeah.
I feel for them. I think one of the things that I mentioned before is like open up the schools at least for special ed students that really need that one-on-one training, right?
Yeah.
And I think if we were to say so, it's like open it up on a one-on-one basis, like on an individual basis. Like, is it worth for this student in this example to be at school if they are not under like a special ed program already?
Yeah. God, I don't know. Like for me, it's already hard, and I'm like mentally like I'm okay, but it must be so difficult for like students who already have like disabilities in terms of like education and stuff to be able to like go to their classes and do all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to imagine how difficult it would be.
Yeah. And I also think of this in like as a person that don't have kids. Like to visualize it, just think about yourself in this situation. Like if you were to still be in school, like how would you deal with it? Like you're currently going to school, right? Mm-hmm. But like there are people that like have no kids and can't just like say like, oh, can't they just learn online or something like that, or things like that. Well, think about yourself in that situation. Like imagine yourself in high school having to deal with this, and like how you gone through high school, you know. Yeah,
I mean, I definitely think this entire situation has been like the most serious of situations when it comes to like staying at home for a long period of time. Like up until now, right, the only thing I can remember that kind of forced us to go home was there was like a crazy windstorm a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And it was so bad that like trees were getting blown down and people were asked to like stay home and go home early.
Yeah.
But since we're in LA and the seasons literally go from like hot to mildly to somewhat cold.
Yeah.
And we never really get like snow specifically in LA. Like we don't ever get like those snow wind days or anything like that. So the wind day was already kind of like, what the heck? And now the pandemic is just crazy.
Yeah, I think the pandemic is like on a scale larger than a local weather event.
Yeah. But it does seem like there are a lot of people who are like, at least in our area, still following restrictions and stuff. Like, I think look at the park around, there's like a lot of people wearing masks and staying safe. And aside from the people who are in like similar households, they're still pretty distanced. I mean, obviously we're not wearing masks, but we're also in the middle of a field on a table by ourselves.
Well, it's also the tier has changed in the LA County. And I think on a national level, it's like the recommendation for masks has changed. I wish I had a napkin.
I wish I had I mean, do I have a napkin? I do not have a napkin. I have receipts.
Yeah, that doesn't help me.
Would you like some tape?
I'm good.
I'm kind of full too, so I'm just holding off. I'm gonna keep the box. What have we eaten so far? We need to do a recap. What have we eaten?
So we had. So I'm looking at the camera, making sure I don't have any food around my mouth.
We're good.
We good. We had a pizza, right? We had roasted pizza. We had Bahn Mi My Tho. And we are currently having Wushiland and Clara's.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day.
I've eaten so much food.
I think this is why like food shows are really just like maybe 1 or 2 meals per scene.
There's actually a series on YouTube from one of like the BuzzFeed guys. And he like goes around and says like, I'm gonna try everything from this restaurant's menu.
Oh yeah. The Try Guys, yeah.
I have no idea how he can do that. I'm like dying on the inside.
I'm just hearing goose, and like I'm thinking like there's people harassing the goose right now. Yeah, I think after this is we're gonna be on traffic. If we're planning to go to our last like kind of like full kind of meal things that we want to do, we're gonna have traffic.
I don't know how much more I can eat. How much more can you eat?
We're gonna split a sandwich. I'm definitely not gonna have like an order for myself.
I don't think I could survive it. I'm trying my best right now.
You're trying your best?
I can barely eat this cake. Look at this thing. It's like a monstrosity. I can't even pick it up. There's a lot left.
Oh shit.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
I can't eat it. It's a lot. Actually, I'm not actually a sweets person.
Really?
Yeah, I don't eat sweets that often.
I'm learning a lot about you today.
I don't eat vegetables.
You don't eat vegetables? You're kind of like my brother-in-law in that case, yeah. You don't eat vegetables.
Does your brother-in-law not eat vegetables?
No.
Oh, God. No. That's what my future is going to be like.
Not even onions.
Oh, that's me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't... Is this
mean, I've been a little bit better about eating onions.
Okay.
Like, I'm slowly working my way up.
I was thinking, it's like, is this a Southeast Asian thing? But I was like, wait a minute, like, we have vegetables in Southeast Asia. Like, we have a whole jungle to
You know,
like,
what's kind of strange? I vaguely remember when I was a kid, I would eat corn. I don't eat corn now.
Really?
Yeah. And, like, apparently, according to my grandma, when I was a baby, I would eat a lot of stuff. But now I don't. I don't know why. And I don't know, like, before, right? I used to not like pate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, when I got the sandwich and it had the pate in it, I would, like, scrape it out.
Scrape it out?
Because I just didn't like it.
Oh.
And then at some point, I got really, like, tired of doing it. And I was like, I'll just deal with the pate.
Pate is, like, the best part of Vietnamese sandwiches to me.
It's really good.
Pate, and then I think depending on the place you go, maybe the mayo.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like the
My Don's mayo was pretty good.
My Tho's mayo? Was that wasn't your first time there, right?
I don't think so.
No, yeah. Like their mayo, the only thing that catches me off guard about Bahn Mi My Tho is like the cucumber. Cucumber is not, well then again, I grew up on Lee's, Mr. Baguette, and like smaller places that don't do the cucumber. But like the cucumber, it's not that I hate it, it's just like, oh wait, oh yeah, that's right, Bahn Mi My Tho still has a cucumber.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about it a little bit before we actually started recording or anything, but like people trying Asian cuisine is so interesting and nice to me.
Oh yeah.
Like I've had a lot of history with people who aren't Asian coming with me and eating Asian food. I don't know if that's because I'm just like, oh my god, we need to go to this place, I really want to eat. And they're like, okay, Kalani, let's just go.
Yeah.
Or what, but there are a lot of people around here that like grew up eating Asian food even though they're not Asian.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my there was these two guys that I had I was friends with in like middle school.
Right.
And for a while they would ask me for banh mi sandwiches that my mom made, because she would buy like the da, which is like meatloaf, and then chop it up and then like make a sandwich for me and bring it to school. You know, the interesting thing is there are a lot of people who have like recounted on their stories about bringing lunches back in the day, and they would always be like, oh yeah, I used to get made fun of because
it's like traumatic for a lot of Asian folks.
Right, and the food would smell. But I think it's because we grew up in an Asian community. No one ever really said that.
Yeah.
Right? So I would bring like orange chicken and like obviously like the banh mi sandwiches. So at some point, I don't remember what happened, but they asked me to like share with them. And I was like, sure! Because I was like, I didn't mind. So I'd like rip half my sandwich and I gave it to them. And that's how they started eating banh mi. And then like, I think it got to a point where they asked me so often that my mom was like, here, this sandwich is for them, this one is for you, okay, so just give this to them. And I was like, okay.
That reminds me when I was like my first couple years of like doing like high school after school programming, right? And like feeding students during like meetings was like a big deal. One of the things we always default to is like banh mi chakali.
Oh, banh mi chakali is so
and
good.
It's like quality wise, it's good, but it's not like, oh my god, I have to go out of my way to get it, right? It's like banh mi chakali to me is like the McDonald's of
that's what everyone
Vietnamese.
says.
Yeah, it's like the McDonald's of like Vietnamese food, and it's really nothing to be it's not like too much of a put down, but it's very accessible.
There's nothing special about it, but it's still good.
It's still good, and so and it's very affordable, right? Yeah, it's super affordable, and so you can feed a whole class. So like if you do the thing where you ask them to cut each sandwich, and like they already have like a special where it's like buy two get one free and like all of those things. You can feed a whole classroom with just banh mi sandwiches. And if you just do it like half the sandwich per person, it's like, it may not be a meal, but it's still something.
I wouldn't be surprised if our equivalent of like a ham and cheese sandwich at school was like a banh mi sandwich. Obviously that wouldn't have been the case, but I could see that being a thing. That'd be kind of bomb.
That would be a bomb. I would actually eat lunches.
You know, actually, there was a point in time that I was craving like really shitty cheeseburgers from like school, like my old elementary school.
I gotta be honest, there was a one time a student offered me their school lunch because they just wasn't gonna eat it. I was just like, no. I was just like, I want to, but no. Like I already had food prepared for myself the night before. I was like, nah,
You're good.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I like... There are certain foods that I miss from when I was like in elementary school. One of it is like they used to have these like sliders that they pack in like packages of 2.
Oh yeah.
Those were so good.
Oh yeah.
I want those back.
You know, the funny thing is, like, you know, we like to dunk on our old like school like menus and things like that. There's
Yeah.
I think maybe this is nostalgia.
Maybe.
This might be a lot of nostalgia. Like, yes, I think other countries have better like school lunches. But like, there's just something about like that greasy, something that stick to your gills and like stick to your stomach, or like the pizza that's like just comes off as like a lump of mass.
It's because we're American kids. We're just unhealthy.
just give us all the slop. Just like we'll eat it all up.
No, I had a discussion with
Right.
about movie theater food recently.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently, when you're in other places, right?
Right.
They don't have the large size like we do.
Yeah, like the big gulp.
Right, and then on top of that...
Oh, hello. Hello, little one.
Oh my god, she has a pink tail! Oh, and she's taking a poop.
Oh, okay.
There goes the poop. Okay, anyway.
Okay, we got distracted.
There was a... what happened? There was like... so yeah, I was having a conversation about like the sizes and stuff like that, right? And they were saying like they don't have free refills.
Oh.
And I was saying like the method of doing refills is like, you know, or the method for doing movie theater food is you go to the movie theater, you order the large popcorn, the large soda, then you ask for extra boxes, then you spill the popcorn in the different boxes depending on how many people you have, and then you ask for the free refill so you have the extra.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
That's the way to do it.
Right, and they don't have that over there. And then even like
okay.
when you go to the restaurant and they're like, do you want a refill? And we get it for free, they don't have that.
Okay.
And I'm like, is this why there's such a big like problem in America that people...
About obesity?
But,
Well, there are places where you have to pay per drink.
That's true.
There are still places that just do that, but it's like how that does phrase that is really the exception, not the rule. You know, like a lot of places, like, oh hey, we don't do free refills on like soda or something like that.
I mean, that's understandable, right? But like, it's like the best example I can come up with is like Norms.
Oh yeah.
You go there and they're always giving you free refills. By the time that you're done, you have like 4 empty cups of just like whatever you were drinking just piled up.
You know, my favorite thing was he's never in this podcast, but I'm gonna call him by his last name. So you know Lou, right?
Yep.
We go to this place called JJ Cafe. Like for 1 year, we literally went there like almost every single day. Like just get like a little appetizer and just like, you know, we weren't eating full meals unless we really felt like it. But they would refill your drink, so they have like these pitchers, right?
Yeah.
And so he would get the iced tea, the lemon iced tea, and I get like unsweetened iced tea or whatever. I'm just like, dude, Lou, you're gonna like get diabetes because this guy is gonna keep coming to our table and refilling your drink, man. It's insane. It's like they would come like 9 times at some points.
You know, I remember at some point, like I went to eat there with Lou, and they like just gave him the pitcher.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, they just dropped it there.
Oh god.
I mean,
It's a thing. Well, when you go there, you're like a local, so it's like the thing about restaurants is like if you know them, it's like, oh yeah, you just kind of like
yeah. But also like, I don't know if it's just like here, right? But like I'm so used to getting like complimentary soups.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
like the only restaurant that I've gone to that's not American that does that is Norm's. Because as soon as you order your meal, right, it comes with a soup. So you can either ask them like for whatever daily soup they have, and then you get it. But like no other place does it aside from like, to me, JJ's or like any. There's like a whole bunch of Asian cafes in the
like
area.
Garden, like. Well, we're really making this up. But then again, this is a very local podcast right now. Yeah.
Yeah, we're very much like calling out where we live.
Yeah, calling out where we live. But well, this is all in an effort to like, oh hey, by the way, like please come and like patronize these businesses because, you know, like it's been a tough pandemic.
There's a lot of smaller businesses around the area that have kind of like died out. It's really unfortunate.
I think this is like a little way of like, oh hey, like I think some of these places also like donated stuff. I think Clara's have like done like a food program where they've done that. So yeah, kind of like paying it forward, but like not really official. It's like official, not official.
Yeah. I do feel like though, like this area has so many places that I just consider as like comfort food. That if I were to ever move out somewhere else, like it'll
be very different.
I would always want to come back here to eat. Like I don't think it'll ever be the same as here. Like I would never get good dim sum.
One of the reasons why I never moved to Nevada.
Nevada doesn't have a lot.
They do and they don't. That's the weird thing. They do and they don't.
I guess it varies.
It does vary. Yeah. Like the boba game? No. Hell no. Y'all be playing some weird stuff with your boba game.
I think probably like because like out of maybe not coincidence, but like just out of like just how things turned out, you know, we kind of ended up in an area predominantly like lived in by Asians, so there is a lot, like a huge like group or a huge section dedicated to like Asian cuisine and like and stuff like that. And
to some degree, I don't think we even explored all of the options that we are available to us. I was like, I have only recently explored South Asian food in the Alhambra area. Yeah, and like I never realized how much there is like a Sikh community. In the area until like I interviewed some of the people that like organized the Alhambra Sikh Community Center, right? So it's I think that there's a lot more to discover, and then there's like things like Clara's, right? There's like businesses that are been here for like decades that we don't realize that are here.
Yeah. It's nice to be able to kind of visit these places though. Like I've known of Clara's for like ever, but I've never been there until like you took me there. So.
Yeah. Of course, today is not the first day that you went, but like I think today was like the second or I think it is the second time. Yeah, the first time I took you there was between you and your special guest. Your special guest.
Yeah, it was fun though. I don't know. I do like going there though, and I do like visiting places that I haven't been to. One of my favorites that I've gone to eat at has been I don't remember what it's called, but there's a Indian restaurant that's in like Pasadena, California, and it has like a market in the front and a restaurant on the side. You can just order food there.
Are you sure it's okay? Well, all right. Well, the one in Alhambra that's now there is called Punjab, but Punjab used to be in a different part of Alhambra. Now it's like in some other part of the city now. So yeah, I don't know if that's the same one. Yeah, there's a lot of good places that are like just markets that also happen to have like restaurants in it. Yeah.
It's just a lot of hole in the wall kind of restaurants, and I kind of like that about here.
Yeah, I really hope it still stays this way because there is something to be said about like some of the weird gentrification stuff. It has a different tinge than like LA, you know, like what Highland Park is going through right now and what Lincoln Heights is going through right now. Like for us, it's mostly more of like investment from like mainland Chinese sort of situation. I'm not trying to say this is a political thing, but like it's there. Like if you want to dig into it, it's there.
I mean, I think one of the biggest examples that we have around here, not to point fingers kind of, but there is like there's a supermarket chain that recently took over all of our like smaller chain, or not smaller chain, like smaller markets.
Asian markets, yeah.
Yeah. And
I heard it was, okay, so it's called Great Wall. Yeah. But as far as I heard, they're an East Coast brand. Oh. As far as I know. Well,
yeah, their market took over a whole bunch of like smaller markets that used to be in the area, and there was one that was on I think is it Atlantic? Well, anyways, there was a market that used to be really big, and it was kind of renowned because like the architecture of it looks very like East Asian-esque. It has like the very traditional roofs.
Okay, is this near the Atlantic Times Square?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So it used to be a 99 Ranch, and then it turned into a Great Wall, right?
Right, but 99 Ranch is also kind of a big chain that used to be around. So I wonder what happened to them.
I don't know. I guess things are just kind of like changed and shifted. Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. It is kind of weird.
It's very competitive. I think like when I think Asian market brands are like they kind of ebb and flow. It's kind of weird. Because now the I see it in my mind like the biggest trend is like Korean food. So like I'm seeing more H marts than anything else.
H Mart is pretty good though.
Oh, it's awesome, but like it's
big chain.
It's a big chain still. It's kind of a big chain. I think it's an international chain because I think H Mart is also in Korea, isn't it? Is H Mart from Korea, or is it an American?
It might be from Korea. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do see what you mean. Like there are like when it comes to like Highland Park and like just LA, there is a lot of gentrification happening.
Yeah.
And you can tell that there is like a loss of cultures and whatnot.
There's tinges of racism in there, in terms of like the people coming in are kind of like rich white folk, right? But like there's something to be said that the gentrification that is happening here in San Gabriel is a different type of gentrification, or it comes from a different
area. It's not really like eliminating a culture per se, but it's definitely like I don't know how to
I think it's more of like it's more of like the pricing out.
Yeah.
It's more of pricing out, which to be honest, yeah, it is. That's what gentrification is like pricing people out. But like it's like instead of just rich white folk coming in, and I think it's like rich, affluent immigrants. And I know that's more of the trend, but not the exclusive trend. Like there are still kind of working class East Asian, Southeast Asian, and South Asians that are like coming into the US still, but it's I think the exception is like this idea or the stereotype that is like rich, well-off East Asian people coming in.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would argue that Monterey Park is a relatively very profitable area. Right? And it also borders a lot of different areas that are considered to be profitable as well. And so for it to be kind of like, I don't know, looked at like under a microscope by investors, I don't see that as surprising.
Yeah, and speculators and all of these things.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think if you're like an investment person, like if you're picking this area in particular to start somewhere, like it's definitely a good foot in the market if you know what you're doing.
I guess so.
But it's also kind of like the elimination of smaller stores, family-owned stores.
I'm very wary of that. I'm like always. I think that it's like a conversation of. It's where. How do you want to see progress?
Yeah,
because it's not like I'm saying no to any development. It's just like how can we develop but also still keep the culture of a community intact? And I think we're all trying to figure out that for ourselves. I think given the pandemic, it really pushed a lot of people away, but like when those people are gone, then like rents will probably still be the same. Like when folks are like, I could just do my job from home, I'll just move back to Nebraska or something like that. I'll move back to Minnesota, right? Or like that some people can make that connection for themselves, right? But not many people can do that. And then once that property is available, it's like, what are the chances a local person can go into those things? Yeah.
The housing market in LA is just overall very difficult to maneuver through. Yeah. It's just very not strict per se, but it's very structured.
It's structured, and then I feel like one of the things people always talk about is like, there's not a lot of housing. Yeah. Like that's what people always cite is like, there's not enough housing to go around. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess this is one of those, like, we'll have to see how things turn out in the future kind of situations. Yeah. But,
I'm getting distracted by a corgi.
Oh, it's a baby.
I love corgis.
So I think we're probably just gonna be walking around the park.
There are baby geese.
Yeah, so if anything, we'll probably do like a little photo break or here or something. I think we might. I don't know if we're hitting the wall. I'm at 80%. I don't know about you.
I'm pretty full.
Oh God.
I'm struggling.
Maybe a good walk will help us.
I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I can go for one more, and I think I'm dead.
Maybe Donut Man will just be like, okay, I'll just take this home.
I'm already taking this home.
Your parents will have a lot to eat.
Oh no. You know what? We'll see how this turns out. I think I'm okay for one more thing, but I'm pretty full, not gonna lie.
We're gonna have that sandwich together.
Okay.
We'll have the sandwich together. And we'll have plantain chips together.
Ugh,
So
I'm so full.
Yeah. So we'll see you in a bit. And I might insert a few photos from what we did in the park.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So I guess we'll just check this out. Let's go ahead and put
the cakes away.
Throw away some of this stuff, and then the cake.
Pack it up.
All right, we just did a walk, and I think the heavy breathing is not coronavirus. It's not virus.
No.
But it's just like us is like getting really full.
Yeah.
We had like a whole personal pizza together, and then now we're off going on to we realized Porto's is gonna be too late.
So we're doing a different
place. That's still on the way to Donut Man. I think Donut Man will be a nice coda to what we're doing. So, surprise location. All right, go. Bye. I guess just real quick, we have changed plans again.
That hasn't been happening all night long.
We've gotten food from what's Tokyo Central, out in Azusa, and we're gonna go get some dessert at Donut Man and bring this back home.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. But right now we're just looking at these things. Look at this Hello Kitty.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
All right. We're gonna be finishing up here, and then we're gonna go to Donut Man. All right.
Oh no. So mean. Look at the shirt.
Hey Kalani. We're back.
Hello.
We're back at the base. So, I think we just ended up getting Donut Man.
You had to show it off.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just kind of like, these are the strawberry donuts. I'll probably, if anything, I'll just insert a better shot of them. And then Kalani got her things.
I have we have
Fugetsudo. And then you got a little salmon bowl.
Uni salmon don.
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so part of this gift is also potentially like another like round of like content. But anyways, my only explanation is that I saw this online. Oh, by the way, I saw this online, and I thought, oh, this is awesome. I think Kalani would enjoy this too. So.
What is this?
It's self-heating Hotpot.
Oh my god, I've always wanted to try this! This makes me really sad that I'm so excited about food.
And you're already hungry. You already ate like, I don't know, a lot of food.
It sounds kind of bomb, actually.
We both ate a lot of food. The original one I was gonna give you, my dad opened. And I had to okay, I guess I'll just buy another one. Also,
Pizza Hut!
Pizza Hut gift card. Because
hey!
she's our pizza queen.
I just eat pizza. Thank you.
She is our pizza. We started this podcast sorry, give me a second. We started this podcast food vlog.
I'm showing off your noodles.
Yes, you're showing off my nudes.
Oh. Oh no, not like that.
Oh, not like that. Yeah, maybe we could do like a mukbang in the future.
Part 2.
We're gonna do a part 2. I think after that, we will probably do more social distance podcasts. Still after this, I think today might be a one-off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't expect this until I think she's fully vaccinated. You know.
It's coming very soon. It's happening in about a week.
in about a week or so. Yeah. So
it's happening.
So we're still gonna continue doing more social distancing stuff. This was just something that I felt like we just wanted to do.
Yeah.
So and then we both. This was something that we both kind of agreed upon, both together. Like I wouldn't have done it if she said no. So.
But we're both kind of dead on the inside right now.
I wasn't gonna say that, but so thank you for watching. Hope you stay safe.
Yes.
Yeah, use your better judgment, I guess. I don't know what else to say, but hope you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe for the later time. Bye.
Bye.